break?
Okay. It's recording.
Okay. Create that road hazard.
You might have to expound on this a little bit for me because this is the one area that I always use little mini third-party stories for all of the areas of coverage,
Which is good.
But I always just say a pothole, like if you ever run over a pothole or something.
That's it.
But specifically, what is the verbiage on that area of coverage? What does it? That's all I say.
If you hit something in the road, something as small as a nail that punctures your tire and it can't be plugged, the tire will be replaced at no cost to the customer.
So it's the tire.
No, if you hit the mother of all potholes and you break that alloy wheel in half, it will replace the alloy wheel and the tire.
Okay.
How about
Okay?
bends it?
Pardon me?
How about if it bends it?
If the wheel cannot be fixed, and by the way, they'll pay to have the wheel fixed, but if the wheel cannot be fixed, it will be replaced. No cost to the customer.
Okay.
Okay? So yeah, and by the way, telling third-party stories is the single most effective way to communicate with the customer. People relate
Like
well
on
to stories.
on the curved wheel thing, I always say the drive-through. When you're going through
That's a beautiful
when
thing.
you're going through McDonald's and you have to go around those barriers and you accidentally curb your rim, it's covered.
Yeah, I heard a salesperson the other day say, and when you go to McDonald's, and look, don't, be careful, but look at the curbs as you're making the curve. They're all black.
Right.
That's where people are scraping up their wheels. Some of them are blowing tires. You're covered if you scrape your wheel. By the way, if you scrape your wheel but blow your tire, are you covered? If you hit a curb, scrape the wheel, blow your tire, is the tire covered?
Is it?
No. The wheel is, the tire's not. If you slam into a curb and bend the wheel and blow the tire, no coverage. Road hazard covers the tire and the wheel if you hit something in the road. Cosmetic wheel covers the wheel itself if you scrape it on a curb. Okay? That sometimes can be a bit confusing.
No, I'm glad we asked that because
Yeah.
I just go over very generic.
So guess
Point by
what?
point.
Every customer comes in that says they scraped it on the curb and punctured it, they ran over a pothole.
Exactly.
Or a rock.
Exactly. Yeah, make sure
They
they
hit no curb.
Yeah, get their story straight. Okay? All right, best value guarantee. What fear does that eliminate?
Getting ripped off.
Getting ripped off is one way of putting it. Let me ask you this. In Virginia, in the Shenandoah Valley, in Harrisonburg, are people worried about paying a car dealer too much for a car?
Yes.
Yes, they are. By the way, that's everywhere in the country. Does the best value guarantee hold, that's for new Subaru too? God, I'm going to tell you what, the best value guarantee is stronger on a new car than it is a used car. Why?
Because
Better than
everybody's
true
comparing.
car, really.
Say again? Well, look, it's difficult to find a similar vehicle on a used car.
Right.
But I can find exactly the same Outback in plenty of different places. So if you're telling me that I've got the right to look on every Subaru dealer's website in the country, and if I find the same Subaru that I buy from you today with the same benefits that you're giving me, and it's advertised for a lower price, you're telling me, Joe, you'll give me a check for the difference? Doesn't that sort of guarantee that I can't pay too much for a vehicle?
Exactly.
Yeah. You know, and again, it's all in how we communicate this. If I say, Rachel, we give you a best value guarantee here. Well, it's in one ear and out the other. The camera came with a best value guarantee, so did the shirt. The shirt came with a best value guarantee, didn't it? I thought so. So did this Fitbit. So did the shoes. Everything comes with a best value guarantee. It's white noise to a consumer. But if you say, Irina, you can't pay too much for a car here, what's the customer reaction typically going to be?
That would be the exact look.
Yeah. Irina, are they going to believe me when I say you can't pay too much for it? No. So you have to proact to that. If they say that's a bunch of bull, that's good. If they just sit there and don't say a word, I've got to follow up with, hey, Rachel, me telling you can't pay too much for a car here at Bob Wade, that's sort of crazy, isn't it? Because I'm a car salesman, is there a chance you might not believe me?
Big chance.
Big chance. I don't blame you. You should be skeptical, Rachel. Let me explain to you how it works. First of all, we had to have a pretty good price to attract you here, didn't we? Yeah, if our price wasn't really competitive, if maybe not the lowest you could find in the whole world, you wouldn't be here. We know what it takes to entice a consumer to come to our store these days. But you know what? Ownership here knows and has understood for years that lots of people don't know what a good deal is. And they've left our store to purchase elsewhere because they just weren't sure. So they came up with a way to guarantee that everybody knows how good our deal is, and it works like this. When you take delivery today, we give you 5 or 10 days?
3.
No, 3 days for the exchange.
Yeah,
That was
3 days.
for the money too.
Oh, 3 days for the 3 days for the best guarantee too. We give you 3 days to check any other Subaru website out you want to. If you find the same vehicle that you buy from us today with the same benefits we offer, advertise for less money, just show us that you said, and you gotta prove it to us. That was being mean to the customer. Okay, just say, just show it to us, and we'll gladly cut you a check back for the difference. And by the way, we put this in writing. Why is it important that we say we put this in writing?
It's binding, they feel more of a guarantee.
It's got more credibility. It's got more credibility. We put this in writing. Rachel, has any dealer ever told you that before?
Yep.
No. We do more for our customers here at Bob Wade. And then just transition right back to whatever the next step is.
But now we have to say, when we talk about the guaranteed value or values guaranteed, we have to make sure that we say that it's as long as they provide the same benefits, correct?
You get that's the key terminology right there. They can find the same Subaru in a lot of places, but they cannot find the same package of benefits.
Features and benefits.
So,
Yeah, well, we got same Subaru, same accessories, same features with the same benefits.
Which would include the 100,000-mile warranty.
It includes everything on this card.
So what he's saying is, who else has that?
Um,
We've already discussed, nobody.
There's plenty of other Motor Trend stores out there now. None of them have the same package of benefits that you do. So if they found a Motor Trend store in Jackson, Tennessee, doesn't have the same set of benefits. St. Louis, not the same set of benefits. Where were we yesterday?
Columbus.
Thank you. Ohio, not the same set of benefits. Look, it's impossible for the customer to find the same vehicle, the same benefits. It can't happen. What's this designed to do? This best value guarantee, the way we communicate it, what's it designed to do?
Build value.
No, it's designed to get the customer to eliminate one of their big fears. If you can eliminate my fear of paying you too much for a vehicle, what's it do to your chances of delivering me a car?
Greatly increases it.
Greatly increases those chances. And another fear I have is of making a mistake and buying the wrong vehicle. Because you know, when I bought that camera, if it didn't work out for me, I could have taken it back to Best Buy and exchanged it for another camera. True or false? If you go to Macy's, Irina, and you buy an outfit and you get it home and it doesn't look like you hoped it would look, can you take it back and exchange it? Joe, if you go to Home Depot and you buy a power tool and you bring it home and you use it and it doesn't do the power stuff it was supposed to do, can you take it back and exchange it? But Gary, if you buy a car from a car dealer, you're stuck with it, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you are. Not at Bob Wade. You can't make a mistake here, Joe. You can't buy the wrong vehicle. Now, first of all, we're going to make doggone sure that you pick out the right one. One that's got everything you need, most of what you want, and certainly one that's affordable and fits in your budget. But if for whatever reason, once you take delivery of it, during the first 3 days, don't put more than 300 additional miles on the odometer. If you decide that it's not working for you, just bring it on back here and exchange it for the right one. We put that in writing too. Any dealer told you that lately, Joe?
No, never.
No. Now, CarMax has got a return policy. Was it 5 days? Yeah, they got a return policy. What's the Ford store got? What's the Toyota stores? What's the Hyundai? Your little Hyundai. Did Did you buy it here?
Yeah, I bought it next door.
Mm-hmm. Could you have exchanged it if you wanted to? I didn't think so.
I actually don't want it anymore.
Well, I don't blame you, okay? You're coming around.
You put her in a Subaru.
Okay. You're coming around. All right, let's take a break for like 10 minutes, and then we're going to go outside, and we're going to practice doing videos of yourselves, videos of vehicles, snapshots of this, which you can text to someone. Try to find this at any other Subaru store in Virginia. I mean, you can have, you can have a great deal of fun with this stuff. You can have an impact with your, I'm telling you, I'm going to repeat what I said an hour and a half ago. You're screwing your customers if you let them buy anywhere else. When you adopt that attitude, you'll be amazed how it bleeds through in every part of your presentation. If Joe's so passionate about me, about his vehicle, about this place, about this package, is it going to bleed through in your presentation?
For sure.
Damn right it is. And people are still buying from people. But we got to get this stuff bleeding through on videos. We got to get it bleeding through on phone calls. Because true or false, Gary, the more people we see, the more people will help buy a car.
True.
I cannot help someone buy a car if I don't know they exist. If I can't get them here, they're not going to buy from me. Is that pretty much true? Yeah, it is. Okay, break for 10. It is 10:18. Let's rendezvous out in the showroom at 10:30. Okay?